Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer met with their Chinese counterparts in their fourth meeting in 4 months. Megan Casella joins us right now. She has more on that. Megan, good morning.
Becky, good morning. That's right. Officials are right now in their fourth hour of trade talks so far today in Madrid. They kicked off this morning around 9:15 local time, according to a senior U.S. official. Principals from the two sides also met for just about 6 hours yesterday, and lower-level talks then continued into the evening. Tariffs and export controls, of course, top of mind for these negotiations, but so is TikTok. Its parent company once again faces a deadline on Wednesday to sell its U.S. operations. And Secretary Bessent this morning spoke with reporters and suggested that a deal on TikTok or an extension is not yet, at least, coming together.
In terms of the agreement, the overall agreement itself, our Chinese counterparts have come with very aggressive asks. We will see if we can get there. At present, we are not willing to sacrifice our national security for a social media app, and we will see where we get today.
Now, those comments come after President Trump last night told reporters regarding TikTok, quote, "We may let it die, but it depends. It's up to China." And guys, the other question for this meeting is whether it might pave the way for President Trump and Xi to meet in person later this year. But frictions in the relationship are really starting to pile up. There are, of course, if you guys have been talking about the new monopoly accusations against NVIDIA this morning. There's the new Chinese probes into U.S. semiconductors this weekend, the U.S. demands from last week for allies to put tariffs on China over Russian oil, just to name a few of them. So a lot for negotiators to sift through as they meet this week. Guys?
Yeah, Megan, despite the progress that may be made on some levels, it does seem that there's new tensions, new issues, and even more complications than we had seen 4 months before, too.
Absolutely. And remember, we're in the middle of this sort of very delicate tariff truce that's set to expire in early November. Any sort of summit between the two leaders is widely expected to be just before that. When we see these tensions piling up like this, like the ones I mentioned, among others, to me it looks like both sides really trying to play hardball ahead of that summit. They both want, it seems like, to make some sort of a meeting happen, but they also, of course, both want to look strong going into it and be coming out of it with some sort of deliverables. So they're sort of setting themselves up to say, if this doesn't happen, if you don't make a deal, these are the things we can do in terms of going after NVIDIA, putting more companies on the entities list, that kind of thing.
Megan, thank you. Guys, the talks around TikTok are happening at the same time that the governor of Utah just last week was raising questions about social media playing a large role in agitators, whether they be Chinese or Russian agitators, in trying to stir up or foment dissent in this country and anger in this country, too. And I think that probably would have to enter some of these questions after the shooting of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. Utah governor. I was again trying to figure out, you know, we've heard, and Peter Thiel wrote a book about it, that the best thing you can have is a monopoly, but not based on, you know, on doing monopolistic practices. But who would China buy? They don't have to buy NVIDIA's chips, do they? I mean, it's not. You need to buy them. Is it a monopoly, or is that the only place you can get what you want to do what you want to do?
Currently, and then the question is...
Well, is that a monopoly?
Well, the question is...
It's weird. You know what I'm saying?
But it's
everybody
the US
wants
government who's making the restrictions on it. It's not...
Right.
But the truth is,
who doesn't want to sell the
I mean,
chips.
the problem right now is that they're increasingly... Huawei may not make chips that are as good as this, but if you daisy chain enough of them together, you can actually do a lot of the same things. And so it's not that it's...
Then it's not a monopoly.
Well, it's the best product that exists on the market in the most efficient,
well, if you can do it some other way,
way,
then it's not a monopoly. Unless NVIDIA is somehow undercutting
but
the
again,
efforts of
it's
Huawei.
It's not NVIDIA that is throttling the sales. They've got chips they would like to sell to China. It's the U.S. administration saying you can't because we have national defense issues.
What do they talk? It was a one-sentence word. NVIDIA has monopoly.
But
maybe
look, NVIDIA has been pretty open about the idea that it would like to sell more chips to China. So who knows? Maybe it's something completely unrelated, but...